What's the best part of a Dunkin' Run? The coffee? Is it the coffee or the $1 donut or $2 stuffed bagel minis or $3 sausage, egg, and cheese that you can add to it? The answer, of course, is yes. Time for a Dunkin' Run. $3 offer available on sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich only. Excludes specialty donuts and fancies. Offer valid on medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Good evening, and welcome to the Night Owl. Happy Fright Night. If you're new here, well, it's good to have you on this other side of the Bird Brain podcast. And if you're a frequent visitor, well, it's always good to have you. Go ahead, find your seat, get comfortable, get some snacks if you don't have any. I just want to remind you that content may contain adult language and scenarios that may not always be suitable for all audience members, so listeners' discretion is advised. So as we continue the saga of Have We Met, tonight's story introduces the character Cece, very powerful, very successful, very well known, but sometimes even the most successful people fail to see everything around them. Featuring the voices of Amber Kinney of the Healed podcast and Key of My Curls Speak podcast. Lock your doors, check your windows, and get comfortable, because you won't be sleeping tonight. I give you Have We Met Part 2.
One of the things that stays in my head is my mom reminding me that life is not convenient. People see me and they see success, carefree high life, boss bitch. But most days, I'm just looking for my bed. I don't want to sound ungrateful, and trust me, I'm not. It's a real accomplishment to get where I am at all, especially the right way. I run a digital marketing company while also being a best-selling author, while managing to keep my writing life very private. I'd say in this day and age, that's top-tier success. Autonomy is success. What a time to be alive. I only told my mom about a year ago that I was a writer. Throughout my college career, she tried to steer me away from it, saying that no money is in writing beyond the money spent writing. It's a waste of time, and being a writer is a red flag. If I ever thought of getting married, old school thinking, you know. I guess that's why I'm so successful. It's been a way for me to throw it back in her face for doubting me. But maybe it's just her saying out loud what was said to her in one way or another. But I'm not her, and she's not me. I made sure of it. I pity her, though. Dating, I will say, has been, well, a dumpster fire. I don't have much time. I go out, they ask questions, they talk about themselves, they flash their watch, stick out their chest. And the entire time, I'm thinking about how they'd make a fantastic character in my book. Maybe that's what she meant by red flag. I mean, most people find out you're a writer, and I guess some worry they'll wind up in your story at some point, airing out all their business. But truth be told, most people I've met are not that interesting. They're the exact opposite. No one is ever fully telling the truth. But we are always showing it if you watch closely. My professor told me that a million times, and it was a game changer for me, how I saw others and how much I made a point to hide myself. I like peace, and I don't know, I've seen a lot of relationships lead to trouble. When it comes to my work and what I've built, I have control of that. Or I thought I did. This may sound weird, but I have book signings, but it's my assistant that goes in place of me. People know it's not me, but they still show up. Reminds me of that band whose faces you'd never see, but you love anyway. I decided to go to one of the signings myself a few weeks ago and just be a fly on the wall. Demographic was mostly women, but also a handful of guys. Take that, Mom. I love her work, and I can't wait to see what she comes out with next, I overheard someone say. That made me smile. Also made me nervous because I've barely scratched the surface of my next book. I have so many meetings and consultations coming up that I haven't had much time to write. The end of the night was closing in, and I bumped into this woman in one of the aisles as I was walking towards the table, and she was leaving. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm just so excited to get my hands on this. It's like I'm one step closer to meeting Miss Widow herself. Are you a fan? I dabble. It's like I know her at this point, and I feel like she leaves little clues of herself in every one of her books. And this girl loves a good puzzle. People are always showing themselves. Take care. She was out the door. The bookstore was barren. I wandered the aisles for a little to make sure before I approached my assistant. Good turnout. No books left. One woman picked up 5. My lucky number. She knew that. I'm starving, and I need to get home to my family and play Mom now. Thank you for everything. Of course. It would be a while before my next signing, so I had time to catch up on meetings, seminars, one-on-one sessions. Something about these interactions gave me peace. You are always capable of more than you think. You just have to see life like a puzzle you haven't fully solved yet. Take the bits and pieces, notice the clues, find what fits, and try a few times. Be persistent. Thank you for that. I love a good puzzle. You've been such a great help, Miss Widow. Take care. Be well. The meeting wasn't awful. The woman seemed sprite and ambitious, but something about her made me feel a little weird at the same time. But I couldn't put a finger on it. I thought
Hey, just leaving work, girl. I don't know what's in the weather or the water these days, but
People acting a little different.
big different.
Girl, this hospital has been a mess. The nurses are just as wild as the patients. I don't know if I'm a therapist or ringmaster at this point.
Is it a full moon?
Either that or Mercury. 'Cause you know she stay on her mess.
And do?
Hey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You ever get that feeling somebody is just watching you? Like every aisle in the grocery store or lane you're in while driving, there they are.
Around this hospital, it's like the walls have eyes.
I had this consultation today and I think I've seen them around before.
That's good, right?
Define good.
Actually, see, I'll call you when I leave here. Something just ain't sitting right.
And that's when it hit me. She called me Miss Widow. Not only that, I remember her exactly now. She was at the book signing weeks ago. What the actual fuck?
Hey.
Hey, you got a minute?
Kind of tied up right now.
Everything okay?
You mean besides being framed for murder?
Whoa, Kyle, what the fuck? Are you serious?
You know I suck at jokes, see. I don't know, some guy I bumped into a while back has apparently been stalking me and...
That's what I wanted to call you about. I think someone has been following me.
You got a name?
I pull over to check the email info that the client gave. Yeah, it's Melanie Silas?
Okay. You sure that's the name?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, this woman shows up deceased. So there you have it. Tune in next week for another story to keep you up at night. And go ahead on over and follow those podcasts. Again, that's Amber Kinney at Healt Podcast and Key, My Curls Speak. And if you like what you listen to on this podcast, go on over and leave a rating or review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, anywhere you listen. You can also become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/thebirdbrainpodcast or Apple Podcasts. Join the Flight Club. All right? Subscribers get bonus content, early access, and ad-free listening. Can't beat that. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Sleep tight.